Hello everyone and welcome back to Icebane Gaming. I have a new Eldrazi deck ready today. One that, since they have added more of the big named Eldrazi to Arena, I have heard your comments. It actually has majority Eldrazi. This one I called Eldrazi for reals this time, but I didn't want to write this time because it'd be too long. Anyways, let's go. After some play testing, it has a pretty high win rate, but also I am only in gold this time. I just got back into Magic the Gathering Arena earlier this week. It's been about a year. Alright. This is a pretty bad opening hand because I don't have much mana ramp. Here we have 2 Scrying lands, a Forsaken Monument, and a Power Stone. So we should be good on that. I'm gonna top deck the Darksteel Citadel, since I need a bit of mana to get the Forsaken Monument going. And I'll also top deck the Radiant Fountain. Playing that Powerstone Shard. I don't know what kind of deck they're playing. It's black, it looks like it has lifesteal, but most black decks have lifesteal these days. Gonna go straight into that Forsaken Monument. The fact that they haven't ramped anything or played anything tells me that I'm probably going to win this one. I could play the Planar Bridge, and then maybe I'll go Palladium Myr. Oh, this deck should be good against a deck based entirely around destroy mechanics. Which one do I want to pull? I mean, I could open with Emrakul. Just to have something big on the field. I won't steal the turn though, but I do get a nice big creature. I want to take a Paradox Engine, so that way I have it. Hope I don't draw the other one from my deck. I have Karn with a sideboard to get the things that I need. He acts as multiple copies of everything. Alright. Planar Bridge. Into an Echoes of Eternity. Just because I want to have that out. And then I want to grab... Let's go with Cursed Wand. Let's see. This is an artifact, so it'd be crafting. I don't really have that much need to keep Karn alive. I have other copies. Echoes of Eternity makes it so that if a triggered ability of a colorless spell you control or another colorless permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Whenever I cast a colorless spell, I copy it and choose new targets for the copy. So I essentially double all of my colorless spells. Oh, I was just about to show that off with the Breaker of Creation. But it looks like they knew that they lost. I would have won next turn anyways with Emrakul. Alright, this time I have another really good spread. I have a couple Inventor's Fairs in here in case I need to grab like a Forsaken Monument or something. But it looks like I am doing good. I don't need a mirror box yet. I don't have duplicates. Kozilek's Command is a good versatile spell to have in an Eldrazi deck. Oh man, I'm just drawing all the right cards. I hope they don't get rid of my Palladium Myr. Oh no. I have to play it a second time. At least that gives me something to play next turn. That's not Kozilek's Command. Alright, let's play... Yeah, that's the Palladium Myr. No other better option. The Matter Reshaper would be another good play, but you can't guarantee that I get the mana out of it. Oh my god, that's a big Kraken. You think its name is Phil? Okay, this turns into Catus. Alright. Oh, dip. Well, it's not really that big of an issue. I already have Forsaken Monument out. Okay. Play an Ugin the Ineffable. I think I'm gonna go with... Do I want to get rid of one of these, or do I want to create a creature? I'll create a creature because I could just block with it. Then I want to get the Matter Reshaper and it that heralds the end. And I have a pretty good board presence. They have a good board presence too, but I can't see them taking control again unless they send all of my creatures back again. Oh, great. Alright, Zelifrin Void. I don't need a breaker. Then I need... Let's go Paradox Engine. It that heralds the end. And I hope that they don't have yet another Cyclonic Rift or something similar. It would be really annoying if they just kept bouncing all of my cards. You may cast spells without paying their mana costs. Great. Don't do it again, please. Okay. I think I'll just block this with it that heralds the end. I don't know what they were trying to accomplish there. Oh, it was a mistake. It'd be nice if they would play a card or pass their turn. They're really considering that one card in their hand. Are they salty scooping? Because it's obvious that they are playing. They keep hovering over their hand. Why would they salty scoop? They have the board control. Alright. Palladium Myr. I'm gonna have to chump block with it that heralds the end. Okay, great. Okay, so I'm gonna play Field of Ruin, then a Forsaken Monument. I'm gonna have to, for 2 mana, and then I need, yeah, I'm gonna need to, for 2 mana or less, that guy, auto pay. Just to have blockers, mostly. Let them get their new Kraken to replace the one that I just destroyed. I don't know how I'm pulling through this one. I really wasn't doing so hot that entire run. I forgot that that 8/8 was a 0 cost. Okay. I should be doing fine now. They can only bounce my cards so many times since most of these are mana based. And you know what? To get rid of this Omniscience so that they can't continue playing it, and I will play 1 Palladium Myr. I feel like I've turned this one around. It's really dicey for a while there. And yeah, I'll just block with that one. That guy stomps all of their creatures. Let's see, 3, 4, 3. Yeah, good game. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. I could play it and then wipe their entire board. What was their, yeah, Omniseas. Was a 2-drop. So I just set Ugin to 4 and then I'd wipe their board and I'd be free to enter with all of my Eldrazi. I think I'll keep this. This is a risky keep, but I'll keep it. And they could just attack me with the Phoenix Chick. Good game. Bring it on. GG. A red Weenie Rush deck. That is the problem with all of my big artifact decks, is that anything that deals with like a Weenie deck usually is going to be able to beat it because it's so fast paced. Because I need 4 turns to set up, usually. Sometimes I could keep control in less than 4 turns, but most of the time, that's a way to get past it. That is the weakness of this deck. It's not 100% win rate. This would have been a good one, but elves are another rushing type of play style. That's GG. Let them all through. 2 loses in a row. Both of them rush decks. I know what's this deck is good against, but yeah. This is a dangerous hand, so I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah, I'll keep 6. Throw the mirror box. Palladium Myr, Forsaken Monument, Ulamog, Ceaseless Hunger. I don't want 2 Palladium Myrs. Even though I probably am going to get my first one killed by a spell, because this is black and red. And they are leaving mana open. Or are they? They did not leave mana open. Okay. Palladium Myr. Next turn, Forsaken Monument. Then I should have the mana for Ulamog unless they kill the Palladium Myr. Then I could instead... No, I'd have 1 mana more because I have a waste. Okay. Are you gonna kill my Palladium Myr? Yeah, there they go. I get it. Don't think I have anything that I want to grab with Karn yet. Are you gonna make the Callous Cell Sword fight my Matter Reshaper? I'm fine with that trade. If it gets me a mana rock or a land, I'm fine with that. Whenever you sacrifice an artifact or creature, put a +1/+1 counter on that squirrel. Okay. There we go. Got the lands. There aren't many people that play Colorless. I primarily play Colorless. Oh, Thran Temporal Gateway. I can play Ulamog for free. You gonna scoop? Everybody scoops when I play Ulamog. Gonna let it play out. You got an 80 card deck, it looks like, so 4 turns. Oh no. What did I lose? Nothing important. Alright, I don't care. Nice. Nice one. Anyways, take that. Have another Ulamog. You gonna kill me with it? That's fine. Are you gonna steal it? Go ahead. If you kill me with my own Ulamog, I'll count it as my own win, even though I'm losing. Oh, it doesn't look like they have it. What's that other card? That was a really good play. I can't fault them for that. Anyways, let's have another Planar Bridge. Okay, so do I want Thran Temporal Gateway or a Breaker of Creation? Let's go Breaker of Creation. And then Karn. And let's grab Portal to Phyrexia. Looks like they got that pack. It is a really good emote pack. I am tempted to grab it. Let's just, I don't know, grab a Paradox Engine. Just to have it. No real reason. Man, this is a really good game. This Breaker of Creation's gonna get them. I didn't get the emote. Oh well. GG. It's an Eldrazi deck for reals this time. I read your comments. And no, Karn is not pronounced any other way. Karn is pronounced Cairn. Like the furnace type thing, the cairn. Is it a furnace? Tell me in the comments below. Oh no. Getting mana locked with this deck usually means you lose. I got mana locked. I'm screwed over from that moment. This should be good. I can always use Karn to grab something. Got choices for Ulamogs, though the amount of mana I have in hand is 6. Oh boy, I got a backup Ulamog. Oh, they're playing tax. Okay, no, I'm not paying tax. Ghostly Prison. They've probably never seen Glaring Fleshraker before, so... Oh dear. Let's play Karn. And grab Paradox Engine. Well, if they aren't going to do anything with the advantage that they're getting, I should be fine. Because currently all they're doing is exiling my cards. If I just keep grabbing lands, I'm going to get Ulamog, and then I can get my stuff back. Whenever you cast an enchantment, oh boy. So that's their game. Okay, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 1 short. They're gonna need to be paying tax for the Ghostly Prison as well. Other enchantments you have Shroud. Oh shit. Solemnity. Can't get that. Okay. Well, Breaker of Creation. No attacks. So they can't target Breaker of Creation because it's got hexproof from colors. Now I could use the Breaker of Creation to, oh no. Well, I was gonna say I could use it to start chipping away at their creature count. Use this. Costs 2. Annihilator 2. What are you gonna sacrifice? That's fine. They got rid of Rest in Peace. Okay, they got Phyrexian Unlife. That's fine. As long as I have Annihilator cards, I am fine. Okay, can I play Ulamog? Yes, I can. Send in the Annihilator. Good game. I beat the unkillable enchantments. They had 9 lives and they had 2 of the Shroud enchantments. They were playing a perfect game, but they did not anticipate me playing Ulamog, even though everything I played up until then was Eldrazi or Eldrazi related, or just colorless cards. I was going to go through with Annihilator and force them to sacrifice all of their enchantments, and they wouldn't be able to protect themselves from it, and I would force them to mill their entire deck into exile with Ulamog. So there are other ways to beat a deck where you can't be killed by loss of life, and that just so happens to be one of them. Oh, this is a risky keep, but I might just... I really need land. There we go. Hit that Heralds the End, brings down the cost of my expensive Eldrazi's, and increases the power and toughness of my Colorless. I want Palladium Myr. Okay. How about Glaring Fleshraker? Leave it at that for now. You want to attack me, I'll take 7. I don't care. Let's see, I have 6 mana. If I get 1 land, I will be able to play a Breaker of Creation. That works, but it's not what I wanted. I'll play it. I'll have Breaker next round. Ulamog the Defiler also is really good to just knock down somebody that's playing a 250 card deck, because there's a higher chance that Ulamog the Defiler will be at his strongest against those. Go ahead, get all of your sacrifice bait. I don't care. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. I have enough to play Ulamog the Defiler. I could block a pest. No problem. You don't have anything to make it stronger, so... My turn. Okay, so the highest cost was 3. Go ahead, try killing it. I know you have sacrifice bait, but are you going to try to sacrifice for it? It is the killable Ulamog. Are they thinking it's the one that needs to be exiled? If so, they should have exile cards. They're playing white and black. Okay. Wait a minute. This one blocked that. This guy blocked that. And this guy blocked that. I take 6 damage. No, 8 damage. And I live 1 more turn. Do you have an instant or sorcery? You could play an instant or sorcery. You have 2 mana. I'm alright losing. Okay. Oh. Oh. What? Okay, that's game. I can't survive that. I'm not going through the rest of the stack. Good game. They did it. They super buffed their witches that made it through. Okay. I could use the Thran Temporal Gateway to pull Kozilek and Ugin out. Let's do the Inventor's Bear. Okay, so anything that deals excess damage makes them draw cards. That's fine. Hope they don't knock down my Palladium Myr. Alright, that's fine. I still got the mana to do a Temporal Gateway. It resolved. No counter spells in this blue and red deck. I suppose there are counter spells in red, but there's only one. And it counters blue spells. Forget the name of it. It's the only non-blue counter spell. What? Wow, that was quick for them to concede. Okay, this would be good if I get 2 mana. Okay, it looks like I'm playing against somebody that's stupid. They got a 207 card deck. Oh, I found a bug. I could pull up my hand at any time. There we go. They got a Speaker of the Heavens. They got a Graveyard Trespasser. I'm going to assume they're playing some flavor of vampires because of their sleeve and profile pick. Powerstone Shard. And another land for the Forsaken Monument. And here we have a total of 13 mana in play. Okay, with 13 mana in play, Neighbors Screaming, I am going to play Paradox Engine, Ugin the Ineffable, to trigger the Paradox Engine, Mystic Forge. I'm going to pull that land into the battlefield. I'm going to pull Karn into the battlefield, get all my mana. I play a Mirror Box. I'm going to activate the Mystic Forge to get rid of that Field of Ruin, pulling out it that heralds the end, getting rid of the Karn's Bastion, playing a Palladium Myr. Yeah, I know it's my go. I'm doing my turn. You're the one that's complaining. Playing another Ugin the Ineffable. I love it when it cascades like this. Are they salty scooping? No. Okay, I'm gonna pull this into the bottom. They just didn't want to stick around and find out what I was building up to. I was getting as much mana as possible and hope I could get like Ugin or Ulamog or really any of them. I was in the process of unzipping, but they stopped me before I flopped it out. My deck, I mean. I think I'll keep. Not too much happening in this hand right away, but I could make something happen. Another vampire deck with a ludicrous amount of cards in it. They got the Sorin back, and whatever this character is from that wedding set. Okay, they're gonna kill my Palladium Myr. Damn. Oh well. GG. I really gave it my all there. A lot of people sucking tonight. Am I playing unranked? Not a very varietous hand, but I could make something with it. Thran Temporal Gateway, yeah. I'll get a turn 5 Ugin. And I'm tempted to have all 4 of my Zalafrin Voids. Just cause. If I was playing against somebody that did this, I'd ask them if they shuffled. I don't need that. I have plenty enough mana with that Zalafrin Void. This is Sun Slayer. It's been a minute since I saw this one. Well, good thing I only have 1 enchantment in this deck. Oh yes, that's what I like to see right there. I'll keep the mirror box. I have 2 Ugins. Speaking of 2 Ugins, let's go with one of these. Destroy that. Okay, Invasion of Ilara. I wonder what they're gonna grab. Mirror Hall Mimic. Play that. Play that. And I should be good for next turn. Oh no. They could grab one of either of my Ulamogs or Kozilek. They grabbed Ulamog Ceaseless Hunger. Okay, I'm dead. Wasn't expecting Breach the Multiverse. That actually kills me. Because most things in this deck are things I do not want to get them to have. Counter on up to 1 creature, whenever not creature you control dies with 1 or more wild counters on it. Counter X duplicate of it in exile, where X is the number of auto counters, so duplicates gradually get +X+X, and then shuffle those duplicates in the library. Okay. That's a very wordy card. Never seen it before. Card named Method draw slime into your graveyard, perpetually double the power and toughness of that, and shuffle them into your library. Okay, so this is a deck where things never really go into your graveyard. Well, it's a good thing I exile. Man, I'm really getting swamped with mana and no ramp, so they're getting to pop off. And I'm still waiting. Okay, my turn. Oh boy. There's a Forsaken Monument. That's exactly what I need. Put that on the bottom. Elvish Visionary, draw your card. Llanowar Visionary seems to be a mixture of Elvish Visionary and Llanowar Elves. Actually, they have the same pose as well. Didn't notice that before. Okay, I'll block that. Let it grow. Okay. Ulamog, Ceaseless Hunger. And classic, they don't want to play with Ulamog. They never want to play with Ulamog. They were doing fine. They could have gotten past Ulamog. Okay, this one will be my last one for the night. It is 2 a.m. I understand that not every deck is going to be completely impenetrable. So I'm going to say this has a 100% win rate and see how mad it makes people. You know what? Paying 1. Might seem like a waste, but you know, I wanted to guarantee that I got that mana for that Forsaken Monument. They got a Voice of the Blessed. I'll let them get in with this possibly 9 damage, maybe more with Linden. 12 damage. Okay, gonna immediately get rid of that Voice of the Blessed, because that's gonna be the thing that kills me. I think I want Portal to Phyrexia. Do I have anything in here yet? No, I don't. They have the Voice of the Blessed. I could get that with the portal. Go ahead. Do it. Do it, I dare ya. And the Portal to Phyrexia forces them to sacrifice 3 creatures and guarantee that I don't have to worry about that anymore. Let's get rid of... I want this. Now, are they going to quit because Ulamog, or are they going to try to tough it out? Looks like they're toughing it out. Commendable. And they know I have a Portal to Phyrexia. You only have 3 creatures, so goodbye your creatures. Okay, 4 turns of health. 2 turns of cards in the library. It's a pretty standard life gain deck. I'm gonna take your Voice of the Blessed. It's a beautiful Voice of the Blessed. I'm gonna play a Breaker Creation. Okay, you're gonna put that on your Soul Warden, or are you salty scooping? It looks like they're salty scooping. Well, that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Sometimes people don't like it when you set yourself up for victory. I used to salty scoop. I think I did it in a few videos. Deplorable. Oh well. I just don't care anymore. It is what it is. Nobody wants to tough it out anymore. Alright. Powerstone Shard. And attack with Ulamog. Now I wait, because they left. Ulamog's Ceaseless Hunger, it's just a good card. I like playing Colorless because it's pretty insane, but that's the fun of it. Playing cards that are completely insane. It'd be really crazy if you were able to play, it's an Eldrazi from like way back in the day, where its ability is when it enters the battlefield, you could summon either 20 or as many as you want of Eldrazi that you own from anywhere, so including outside of the game. And assuming you aren't playing with like a limited amount of sideboard, you could just you could have like a whole stack of Eldrazi and just drop them all on the field. Granted, I don't think that that's legal in some formats, but I could be wrong. You need to pay 20 mana to drop it, which if you're playing some good mana ramp, you could probably get 20 in what, 7 turns? 6 or 7 turns. Or you could go with the infinite mana route, which could sometimes happen in 5 turns. That also is an option. Anyways, I suppose I should show off the deck, huh? There are some things I could do to definitely improve it. If I have 4 It That Heralds the End in this deck. Colorless spells I cast with mana value 7 or greater cost 1 less to cast. Other colorless creatures you control get +1/+1. It's a 2-drop. It's a great choice for a colorless Eldrazi deck. Glaring Fleshraker. It's a good way to generate mana through Eldrazi spawn, and you could use them to block as well. Whenever another colorless creature you control enters, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's a good secondary ability. I only have 2 in here. I suppose you could go 4. Matter Reshapers. When they die, reveal the top card of your library. You may put that card into the battlefield if it's a permanent card with mana value 3 or less. Otherwise, put that card in your hand. This is a good way to get your mana rocks out onto the field and also more land. But if you, say, see one of your big Eldrazi and you don't have the mana for it, it puts it in your hand so you could use it later. So very versatile when it dies. Mirror Box, this is just so that I could play multiple of the same mythic, or not mythic, it's the same legends. There's reasons why I have duplicates of some of the legends later on. And also, 4 Palladium Myrs, taps to add 2 colorless mana. You can't go wrong with a 2 mana stone. Powerstone Shard starts off as a 1 mana stone, but it could be a 4 mana stone. These 2 are really just the best mana stones that you could have in colorless, as far as I am aware. And then you have Karn. I don't know how else you're supposed to pronounce it, but yeah, he shuts down any artifacts that your opponents control, and also he allows me to access my sideboard. Which my sideboard just has like a little toolkit of anything that I might need in any situation. Mystic Forge. I have 2 of them in here to look at the top card of my library and cast colorless spells like Eldrazi. Thran Temporal Gateway, I only have 1 in here because it bypasses the casting abilities of the Eldrazi, which those are usually the game enders. So like with Ugin, or not Ugin, with Ulamog, you would be able to exile 2 permanents when you cast it, but you lose that if you use the gateway. But most people, the second they see it, even if they don't get anything exiled, will quit the game anyways, so you could always grab Ulamog with it. Forsaken Monuments, I have 3 of them. Colorless creatures you control get +2/+2 whenever you tap a permanent for colorless, add an additional colorless. This just essentially doubles your entire mana pool when it goes out, which is great for getting those 10 drops because this is a 5-drop in and of itself. So if you have enough mana to drop a Forsaken Monument, you'd have enough mana to play everything in your deck on turn 5, because usually you get the Forsaken Monument out 1 turn before you would if you were playing mana on curve. Paradox Engine. This is mostly just here so that I could tap Palladium Myrs and Powerstone Shards to get infinite mana. So you tap them before you cast a spell, and you ignore your land. Your land is like excess at that point. And then you cast a spell that's worth less than the mana that you have in the pool, and then you just untap it all, tap it again, cast another spell that's worth less than it, and you just go through your entire deck if you're using like your Mystic Forge, for example. Echoes of Eternity. I could certainly use more in this deck. I might even make a few more copies. If a triggered ability of a colorless spell you control, or another colorless permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. A copy of a permanent spell becomes a token. This doubles all of your Eldrazi drops. So if you drop a 10-drop Ulamog, it will be cast a second time, so you get the casting ability. Which, if you have a mirror box active, you get to keep both of them as well. Planar Bridge. This allows you to search for permanent cards and put them into the battlefield. This way you could just like grab your Ugin or your Karn. You aren't going to use Planar Bridge to get Ulamog unless you just need another big creature on the field. But yeah, 8 mana, tap, search your library for a permanent card, put it on battlefield, shuffle. All around a good card. You could use this infinitely with Paradox Engine, something to cast, and a bunch of Power Stones and that kind of thing. Ugin the Ineffable. You can never go wrong with it. Colorless spells cost 2 less to cast. That already is a pretty big drop in cost. It also allows you to pull something off the top of your library for the Mystic Forge. And it also allows you to destroy permanents if something is getting in the way. So you could view this as a destroy or something to generate creatures and get things out of your library that you don't necessarily need immediately. And you could use those to block. It's really powerful. And since they're colorless, they get stronger with all the colorless benefiting abilities. Breaker of Creation, 4 of these. They are an Eldrazi with when you cast a spell, you gain 1 life for each colorless permanent you control. This entire deck is colorless, so you gain 1 life for every permanent on your field. It gets hexproof from each color, and it has Annihilator too, which, if you don't know what Annihilator is, whenever the creature attacks, defending player sacrifices 2 permanents, and that includes lands. It's a good way to completely devastate their entire battlefield. That was the entire point of Eldrazi way back in the day. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. This guy is great. It deals 3 damage to any target for a +2 ability, but you're primarily using its second ability, which is -X, and you exile each permanent with a mana value X or less that's 1 or more colors. Nothing in this deck is 1 or more colors, so you're going to use that to wipe the board of your opponent every single time. And then you could control what's in the board if they keep casting things that have 3 or less health, and then you could use the -10 ability if ever you get to that point in a game where you have enough to -10. Usually you win before that. Then you got Kozilek, the Broken Reality. When you cast a spell up to 2 target players, each manifests 2 cards from their hands. That says up to, so you don't need to target the opponent. You could just target yourself. For each card manifested in this way, you draw a card. Other colorless creatures you control get +3/+2. You could have your opponent manifest 2 cards, and then you draw 2 cards out of their manifested cards. So you could draw up to 4 cards. Usually, you're going to be targeting yourself. Just a really versatile card, pretty strong. I think he's the better of the two Kozileks, but that's just me. If I had more mythic tokens, I would grab the other Kozilek, because I want to have one of each of the big legendary Eldrazi's. Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, he's the big boy. I already talked about him. Everybody knows him. He's indestructible, exiles 2 target permanents, and also exiles the top 20 cards of someone's library whenever he attacks. He doesn't even need to get through. He just automatically mills if he attacks. Ulamog the Defiler. This is the other Ulamog. When you cast a spell, target opponent exiles the top half of their library rounded up. It has ward, sacrifice 2 permanents, so they need to sacrifice in order to target it with anything. Ulamog the Defiler enters with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the greatest mana value among cards in exile. So if you exile something yourself that's got like maybe an Emrakul, so it's 13, he get +13/+13 and become a 20/20. That would have Annihilator 13, which would devastate most board states of your opponent. Your opponent wouldn't be able to block anymore. That could end the game pretty quickly. And then we have Emrakul, the Promised Ends. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each card type among cards in your graveyard. When you cast this spell, you gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. After that turn, that player takes an extra turn. So this allows you to, say your opponent has a bunch of sacrifice abilities, you could just waste everything that's on their side of the field, and you could skip their land for a turn, get rid of their cards, essentially. Kozilek's command, pretty versatile, requires 2 colorless and X mana, and you get to choose 2 abilities. You could create X01 colorless Eldrazi spawn. You could scry X and then draw a card. You could exile target creature with mana value X or less, or you could exile up to X target cards from graveyards. You could set up with like putting your Emrakul into exile to make your Defiler Ulamog way stronger. And yeah, you could also just use it to generate a whole bunch of mana. Or just 1 mana. You could, for 3 mana, get 1 extra mana next turn, which could be that 1 that you need to tip the scale. Most of these special lands have scry abilities, because scry allows you to control what's coming next. But yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed this deck, please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment what your favorite matchup was amongst all the ones that I've shown you today. And yeah, most importantly, have a good one. Bye.